With the blueprint available from the Lith W1, the Neuroptics from the Axie G2, the chassis from the Neo S12 and the systems from the Meso K2, the only real issue part of this is the Nighton extract, which you can only get from Nightwave, and the Argon crystals you have to go to the Void and farm for. Even though he does come with a D polarity, a V polarity and a dash polarity, I did format in a V, not actually displayed here, for power drift, because as you can see now that I've put the former in, it'll fit because I want to put in power drift. How you set him up, however, is completely up to you. I would recommend, if you are going to format him, go for a V and possibly a dash. Yes, I'm running him with full health and full shield mods, so vitality and redirection is in here. With that power drift in there, he does go to 169% strength, but I do kind of lack the duration, efficiency and range that I had from the build I actually took out to put this one in here. Hence, how you build him depends upon how you use him, if you're using the Augur mods, and just generally what enemy you are going up against. But it's Wukong. All that has happened here is he's got extra polarities, he's now golden, looking much better than his standard version. He has 10 more energy, more armor, more shields, quicker sprint speed, but from actually using him, that 0.05 really didn't make that much of a difference. Not of course to forget about Iron Staff that has to be modded separately, does come with 2 dashes and a V, meaning that, well, you can pretty much mod this thing pretty nicely without having to former it at all. All of his abilities are exactly the same as normal him. Celestial Twin, his first ability, will basically spawn another him that will go after enemies using the weapon that you're not. So if you go melee, he will start using your primary. If you don't have a primary equipped, he will in fact use the secondary. Tried that, tested that, and it did that. Even though it didn't when I tested him after his first run of the rework. Cloudwalker is much better than it was before. It actually strips any elemental effect, physical effect, anything damaging you, and also heals your Celestial Twin at the same time. You can get around better. It is just better than it was before. Defy, his third ability, can be used by Wukong and his Celestial Twin to become invulnerable and store any incoming damage that is then dealt back in, as it puts it, a furious strike of his staff. And that outgoing damage is then converted into an armor bonus that it increases the armor of Wukong, making him so much more survivable than he was without it. Primal Fury, his fourth ability, you basically summon the Iron Staff and it just says Unleash Fury. It is a great melee weapon. You can actually run him without a melee weapon and have this as an ability. It's also kind of cheating in sortie missions where you have to go secondary only, primary only, shotgun only, sniper only, bow only, because if you don't have a melee weapon in certain missions, you can just use Primal Fury and summon a melee weapon. So it's kind of cheating in those situations, but it's not like it was before. You now have a fixed kind of length animated staff rather than it getting longer as the combo count goes up, but it's, I don't know, it just seems to work more efficiently than it did before. If we go back to the update that brought him, 25.2.0 from June 19th, you can see there is 5 different passives. He can choose 3 of these, so it's either triple elemental damage for 60 seconds, invulnerability for 30 seconds, invisibility for 30 seconds, I got those 2 backwards, extra loot for 60 seconds, or the orbs are 4 times more effective for 60 seconds. He can use one of these 3 different times in a mission, which means you could get invisibility 3 times, invulnerability 3 times, but only ever 3 times. Once you've used it 3 times, even if you die and revive, his passives will no longer work for the rest of that mission. It's 3 times per mission, not 3 times per life. And I really wish coming to his ability page and clicking on passive would list these. And some of the More keen-eyed viewers would have noticed I was also running rifle amp rather than... Oh, steel charge. Why am I not running steel charge? Well, that's just simply because steel charge may add 60% more melee damage, which works better if you're using his fourth a lot, but rifle amp adds 27% rifle damage, and I was planning on putting an aura format on him, if I'm honest, because I would like to be able to swap between more than just the V polarities in the aura, but steel charge probably the better polarity to actually use with him because it adds that 4 extra points. I just had rifle amp in there because I was doing something with rifles. But one thing I did want to try is for his Nightwave things, 150 enemies with a melee weapon. So if I use his first ability here, it will use the melee. And if we find an enemy to let him attack, will this count towards the actual use of anything, really? I need to start... Well, let's just get him to go after that. It's now dead. And let's have a look. Does it count towards anything? It does not. I kind of wish it did, but it doesn't. Though even the Iron Staff with that, it's not a tremendously bad build. It's okay, simply because upon actually using it, it worked really well, even though I actually forgot to swap the corrosive and blast that it has on it at the moment over to another elemental combo. Should have been magnetic for going up against the Corvus, and I completely forgot to do so, and it still worked really well on taking out the Corvus, which I honestly didn't expect from doing this. So Wukong Prime is around. His 4 parts are not that hard to get. He is just a visual upgrade, remembering that primes are better used in the Void, because that is where you can also go to the orbs and get, I think it's 250 energy if you get close to the orbs. Can sometimes do it in the Derelict, but I think they disabled that a while ago, hoping that that translates through when the Railjack stuff comes, because if the Derelict towers are going to be there, I'm hoping they have the orbs and it'll work there as well. But in the Void is where the only real prime perk comes from, apart from the added stacks. No need to really put polarities on, and just basically better than the normal frame, which is all the prime is. A better version of the normal frame. This is Wukong, but better. So with that, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.